The Americans are divided, but on China, the Americans are united. They have to take China very seriously, and actually, they are trying very hard to stay ahead of China and to keep China, prevent China from overtaking them. The Americans say, I want to make sure that you don't overtake me. The Chinese say, I have a right to develop. So we can talk about win-win, but when you cast it like that, there's a fundamental contradiction and it's not going to be easily resolved. The latest trade war has worsened it and is going to be a serious problem for the two countries and also for the world. The world is in a new phase. One of the biggest problems in trade and arising from this tariff package is the damage to US-China relations. America has postponed the tariffs against other countries, but not postponed against China. The tariff war between America and China has already begun. First round, America put 20% on. China responded with selected products. Then America came back again. China went back and forth. Now, US levies on China 145%. And the Chinese, you do this to me, I do this to you. The Chinese do to US imports, US sales to China, 125%. So it's reached the level where the number doesn't matter anymore. It can be 100, it can be 200, it can be 300. How much business is going to be done? Probably almost none, because it's impossible. And it doesn't stop with such tariff items. It goes beyond tariffs. So, for example, China has restricted rare earth exports. And what are rare earths? They are a raw material which you need to make all kinds of electronics equipment. And China is a major exporter. If you don't get it from China, it's very difficult to get from other places. So China says, you do this to me, well, I will respond. I will restrict rare earth exports. And you don't want me to sell you goods? Okay, I will not buy your goods is one thing, but I will also restrict imports of Hollywood films. Films are not goods, because films you just stream over, you can watch, it's services. But never mind, I will restrict that. I won't watch Disney, I will watch Nerja 2. So, effectively, the bilateral trade is going to get killed. And why? Because the businesses just can't do it. If the tariff is 5%, 10%, maybe even 15%, okay. I'm selling to you, let's cham siong. You take 5, I take 10, we squeeze our belts a little bit, my profit a bit less, your cost a bit higher. Okay, let's carry on and try to stay calm and carry on. But when it is 150, 200%, and you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or day after, then you can't stay calm and carry on. You must stay calm, and then you may have to decide to go into a different business or to go out of business. And that means entire businesses and trade flows are going to stop. And it won't end with trade. Because if I'm quarreling with you on such a serious matter, it's very difficult for me to cooperate with you on other equally serious things. When Obama became president, over time they hardened. So it's Democrats as well as Republicans. We say that the Americans are divided, but on China, the Americans are united. Strong consensus that China is a pacing challenge. And they have to take China very seriously, and actually they are trying very hard to stay ahead of China and to keep China, prevent China from overtaking them. At the same time, the Chinese say, I'm growing, I'm developing, I want to take my rightful place in the world. Who's going to stop me? So this is a fundamental contradiction. The Americans say, I want to make sure that you don't overtake me. The Chinese say, I have a right to develop. So we can talk about win-win, but when you cast it like that, there's a fundamental contradiction and it's not going to be easily resolved. So the latest trade war has worsened it and is going to be a serious problem for the two countries and also for the world. So, what do we do about it? Some people say, don't get excited, don't overblow the issue. We've weathered bigger storms before, we haven't failed, so we should take these events in our own stride. And it's true, we shouldn't get excited, we should take it in our own stride, but we do need to be concerned and to understand what is happening and what this means for us. Because this time, something important is different. We've gone through many crises before over the years. We've gone through global financial crisis, before that Asian financial crisis, we had SARS, most recently we have had COVID, and from every now and again, something happens in the world, we are carried along, and we have to batten down our hashes and see it through. And every time we have succeeded, so we have confidence. But one important thing which you must understand is that every time that happened, we had two big things going in our favor. One, within Singapore, we were doing the right thing. We could get united, we could get our act together, we could respond with the right policies, even painful ones, and we could get the system, get ourselves sorted out. But two, every time we got into trouble last time, Singapore was part of a working global economic system, trading system. And that trading system promoted free flow of trade, free flow of investments, encouraged MNCs to look for places to do business. We were efficient, we were doing well, we came out from trouble, we plugged back in, we could resume growing, resume developing, resume succeeding. So every time you run into trouble, you come out, you plug in, you grow again.
中美之间有竞争是必然的，但同时双方也必须加强互信，并且通过适当的机制处理无可避免的摩擦。遗憾的是，也是担忧的是，中国和美国至今还没有找到化解矛盾的灵丹妙药。这样的紧张关系在短期内不会疏解，这将影响整个世界的格局。在外交问题上，作为一个华人居多的国家，有时候会使到我们的处境格外困难。当中美之间产生矛盾的时候，如果我们支持中国，美国和其他国家可能会认为是因为在新加坡华人占多数，所以我们对中国有求必应。另一方面，如果我们支持美国，中国不一定会理解。过去，当新加坡与中国在某些课题上采取不同立场的时候，有些中国朋友就这样问我们：既然同文、同宗、同主、同言、同语，那么你们为什么不同意？但是是一个很关键的问题，我们必须立场分明，必须依据原则办事。不论对象是谁，无论是在新加坡、北京或华盛顿，我们所表达的观点都必须是一致的。如果中美彼此无法建立互信，世界情况继续分化，中美关系持续恶化，对世界来说不是好消息，对新加坡来说是一件坏事。